What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. It's episode number 40. Loads to get through today on the back of our massive win away against West Ham. We'll have more games in the Premier League, aiming to build on that after a really tough run domestically. We might have the FA Cup fourth round at home to Brighton. We'll definitely have the remainder of the January window where we may need to make a signing after the sales of Let and Gomez, but we'll start with this. Match day 7 of the Champions League phase, taking on the league leaders Barcelona, where we might need to win one of our final 2 games in order to finish in the top 8. Barcelona at Old Trafford, our first game today. Manchester United and Barcelona, of course, have had some brilliant rivalries in the Champions League. Not least the 2 finals they played against each other in a few years. Barca winning both, of course, as Lamine Yamal fires in the opener 7 minutes in 2009 and 2011. For some reason, I always keep thinking that 2009 final came before Manchester United's win in 2008, but no, it was the year afterwards. But Barca, of course, besting them in both. And I actually heard Messi talk about his most iconic goal of his career, and he mentioned that goal in the 2009 final against Manchester United in Rome as his best ever. And you think of all the goals he scored in his career, that one kind of gets forgotten about a little bit. I suppose maybe because it was quite unorthodox. Messi going for a far post header, and it nestled past Van der Sar. But now at Barcelona, there's a different superstar up front, and his name is Lamine Yamal, opening the scoring early. How good is he? Throughout my time as a football fan, I've watched some tremendous young players burst onto the scene, and Messi, of course, would be one of the absolute all-time best, if not the all-time best. I will definitely say that Lamine Yamal is up there as well as one of those players who I'd be most impressed by as a teenager. I cannot get over the fact as Bayaref gets in behind Araujo. The question is now, can he finish? Trusted tonight ahead of Sanchez, and I reckon Oyan would have buried that. But for what Lamine Yamal has done as a teenager, I mean, it's ludicrous. What, is he still 17? Oh, he's absolutely stupid when you think about how good he is, man. And it's one of those where it's like, you know, can he get better? And if he does get better, I mean, well, he's already as dangerous as it gets. I dread to think what it'd be like at his final form, as would La Liga defences. As Zaragoza bends one into the far corner. Should have been 1-1, instead we're 2-0 down. Once again, it's Barca besting Manchester United. Had to make a lot of changes for the game tonight, though, due to our exhausting, exhilarating win against West Ham. So, not overly surprised to be 2-0 down. But Kubo gets us back in right from kickoff, 2-1. At the moment, we can't defend to save our lives, but going forward, we look pretty decent. Well, I think we're going to need at least 1 point in our final 2 Champions League games. Really, we shouldn't even be in this position, as Mika's onside there. And this time he's not going to miss. Yes, he is. Araujo with the block. We shouldn't be in this position. We flew out of the blocks winning. I think it's our first 4 we won. Oh, Kubo, Brittany done. Yo, what a finish, son. And since then, we've really dropped the ball. But this guy's picking it back up and putting it in the back of the net. A brace for Kubo, 2-2. I have to say, we've been really unlucky recently. You know, we got that big win against West Ham late. And we deserved to win that one too. But some of the games we've lost, including probably this one this season, we've been quite unlucky to lose, really. This has been a really, really, really tough run. We've been nowhere near as bad as the records books show. It is going to be another loss, though. We haven't won at Old Trafford since November, and despite a great fight back in the first half, once again, it's going to count for nothing. We've not been as bad as these results suggest, genuinely. And with another injury to our already small squad, Tobias down for 4 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and make a new signing because we definitely need one. And I said, you know, with our small squad, we need hard-working players, really high stamina, but also quite versatile as well. And this is going to be a signing which might well be a common wonder kid in FC, but I've never signed him before, so I'm excited to give him a go for the first time ever. It's not his superstar brother at Real Madrid, but he's making a name for himself right now with the Black Cats, guiding them to promotion via the playoffs this season. It's, of course, Jobe Bellingham, 23 years old now in the Sabre. The 86 stamina is fantastic, and look at the green everywhere, like I'm looking at rolling fields in southern England. Absolutely fantastic. Great going forward, also can help out defensively, and great passing stats as well. Moved on to Celta Vigo. I'm bringing him back to England. Never used him before. Excited to give him a go. Yeah, I've read some rumours that he'll be heading to Germany to possibly join Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer and not stay with Sunderland in the Premier League. Well, I guess we'll see when he's returned to the Premier League in this save, and I have to say I'm really excited to give him a go for the first time ever. I've never used his brother Jude, and I've never used Jobe either, but for the first time coming in on a 5-year, 79 grand a week deal. The crucial part of this is he's taken a rotational squad role, but he'll certainly get some minutes now that Gomes is gone, and Cobby will probably leave in the summer. So welcome to Old Trafford, Jobe Bellingham. Yeah, not sure he'll be as good as his brother in real life right now of Real Madrid, but he's still a heck of a talent, man. I mean, both brothers, absolutely fantastic young players coming through that Birmingham City Academy. And again, just ideal for what we need right now. We've got a small squad. We're getting injuries. We're in a bit of a pickle right now. We need versatility and high energy players. Bellingham is that in a nutshell. And as I just turned down this bid from Larson for Spurs, I've made him club captain now that Litter's gone, so I'm certainly not letting go of Hugo, man. I really like him. He's staying with me for the long term. Following game, I think this is our second of 6 home games at Old Trafford in all competitions, and man, do we need our first win here since November. Brentford coming to Manchester as we aim for back-to-back wins in the league for the first time in God knows how long. There we go, coming forward. Murillo does well. Araujo gets it on the deck. We'll slow the tempo down. In fact, no. Just going to say we'll slow the tempo down. No, we won't, because we'll play through the space, and Larson, puts it somehow wide. I must say, I think we've been unlucky in a lot of our games in this run. I won't deny that. But on the other hand, I've got to point the fingers at myself and say, how bad is your finishing, Doxy boy? The amount of times you've hit the woodwork recently, and I've messed up simple one-on-ones. And on the other end, It's me, really, that should be bearing the brunt of responsibility. Bad luck or not, there is no excuse for poor finishing like that. I'm messing up so many chances. It's ridiculous. Like, you can't be missing all these opportunities and expect to win games at this level. It's not going to happen. And I won't happen twice in a row. This time Larson gets it right, back on level terms. Oh, no. Carvalho turning on the afterburners. I've got a really high line in all of my games because I think it's just a way to play, but the pace at times is really costing me. My backline's not slow, but one thing I've noticed is that this is a really great gameplay change from EA with DAI and Ultimate. Now, you might remember there was a time where they get in behind you, but they slow down a little bit. As Trafford makes a great save there, they slow down a little bit once they're in behind you, and then you can catch up easily. They don't do that anymore. Once they're behind you, they're like Roadrunner, beep, and they're away, and you ain't catching up. And that's a great gameplay change from EA because it used to be so easy to operate over a high line, and even if you were beaten, you could catch up. You can't do it anymore. Props to EA for that. It's made the game a lot harder. It's why we've conceded. And while we almost conceded again, this is ridiculous. Just can't buy a win at home. Oh, Sanchez, brilliantly done. Sancho waits at the final minute for offloading. Larson's shot just about rips through to make it 2-2. Captain leading like he needs to. Both goals 2-2. Final chance for Brentford deep into stoppage time. Floated in, you just know what's coming! You just know what's coming. Sometimes it is telegraphed. End the season. There is no way we make the top 4. I don't mean to keep making excuses, but honestly, man, we have been so unlucky in this run once again. And honestly, right now, I think what we need more than anything else is patience. As I keep saying, this is a rebuild. Rome wasn't built in a day, that's the cliche, but also Manchester United can't return to the glory days in 2 seasons. We said this, it's going to take some time, and yes, okay, maybe we're a little behind schedule, but not by a long shot. We're still in the Champions League, and we can still remain there, and we can get through the top 8 with a win in the final game. Match 8 in the league phase, I think a point might be enough, but a win here against Sporting will guarantee qualification to the last 16. Let's get it done in the final game of the league phase. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we should be doing better, but we could also be doing a hell of a lot worse, and we know that. And it's Tyler Dibbling does pretty well. There's a man all alone at the far post. Going to find him. He's onside. Worked it perfectly, and Kubo gets his 3rd in 2 games in the Champions League. It's not as bad as the results may appear. I mean, we're not that far off a European place. Okay, we're quite far off Champions League. But even so, European place, we're still not that far off. We're in the FA Cup 4th round, and we should be qualifying in the top 8 of the Champions League phase. It could be a hell of a lot worse. No. Careful. That's too easy. That's way too easy. That is way too easy. The problem is, though, like, at the back, we are as fragile as it gets. When was the last time we kept a clean sheet? I have absolutely no idea, man. My defense is just shocking at the moment. I don't really know why. I don't know whether it's the system I'm playing. You know, I've mentioned before, I'm a bit of a traditionalist. 4 at the back has always been my go-to. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, at the moment, oh, Trafford bails me out there. We're getting breached way too easily, and that's the thing. It's not like a lot of the goals we're getting caught out from are, you know, shots from range, for example. It's just easy goals that I'm conceding, and that's the problem, man. It's one thing conceding goals; it's another gifting them. And at the moment, that's where a lot of the goals are getting. Or how a lot of the goals, should say, are getting scored against us. Mika's through, though, and finishes too. Man backed away at the last minute. Thank goodness he did. Bayer ref restores the lead. Look at that in the top left, man. Getting dominated in possession here. Thankfully, we've got our 2 goals. And thus do have the lead. But we need to get control of the game as well. You know, that's one of the reasons why we keep conceding right now. Giving possession away too easily. Tyler Dibling's not going to let that possession get away, though. And finishes. St Juste is quick. Tyler's quicker. Better finish right before the break. 2-goal cushion. Qualification should be confirmed. He's a very good young talent, Tyler Dibling, so it's going to be an interesting summer for him. Is he going to stay at Southampton, or will he return to the Premier League? I know that some clubs are interested in his services. And obviously, he joined Southampton from Chelsea as such a young boy, and I hope he stays there for next season. A full year of Championship football under his belt to really toughen the kid up there and see if he can progress a little further on the South Coast. And speaking of progression, well, we've not done it the easy way tonight, but we have done it. Manchester United heading to the last 16 in the Champions League and will bypass the playoffs. It was a really disappointing collapse in the second half of the league phase, but most crucially, we got there in the end. Back-to-back defeats and a big win here at Old Trafford. And that's what awaits me after the game. You know, I said I thought EA had done a really decent job with this from last year. Maybe not. I just want to show you, like I just want to show you the stats this season for Royan. 23 games in the Premier League out of 20. Have we played 24 or 25? 23 games. So obviously the vast majority of them, and he's the top scorer with 20 goals, and he's also the top creator with 10 assists. He's played 5 of the 8 Champions League games. Like, what? I just can't understand it. Like, we only needed a point to qualify. We ended up getting all 3. Even a loss we might have done, actually. And actually, he's played every Premier League game. So he's missed 3 Champions League games, and he didn't play in the Carabao Cup. And obviously, we didn't need him for the FA Cup either. But that's not enough. Every single Premier League game he's played, and the majority of the Champions League games too, where he didn't score. What is this game, man? This is when I get annoyed. Like, why? It's just stupid. I know what people will say. Like, well, you know, he's on a crucial squad role, so therefore he expects to play every game. But this is what frustrates me, is that you can't... I mean, this conversation prior to when you reply to an email, you only get 3 messages to respond to. But that one here... You weren't looking you were looking less than 100%. You were looking 1% in one of our games recently because you had 0% energy, mate. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, seriously. I don't know. You know, we'll jump into the following game. It's Brighton at home. I'm not selling Sanchez this season, but I can sell him in the summer. But I want to play Football Manager. I want to play Football Manager again, man. Seriously. I can't play it because my computer's going to break if I play it again because it's just not good enough for it. And I haven't got the money to buy a new computer, but... What? I feel like EA have done something with the patches. Because it wasn't like this at the start of the year. It wasn't like this at base game. I've had this happen 3 times already this season. It's January. Susak to Larson. Oh, Larson, brilliantly done. Held it up brilliantly. Sancho couldn't finish, but Sancho gets it back. and scores. But he's not happy about it. He's not happy about it. He don't want to celebrate. He don't want to celebrate. I don't think it's Sanchez handed in the transfer request, man. I think it's the agent. I think it's the agent that's done it. Sanchez loving his time here. He's been loved here. We all love Oyan. But the agent just wants a cash grab sign-on bonus with a big PSG or Real Madrid. It's not Sanchez I've got the issue with. It's the agent. And in this case, it's EA. As Jarrell does brilliantly well, and we shall clear it away. I mean, the good thing is that we don't have to sell him. Like, he's on a long-term contract. This Kudus is going to go all the way. What a block, Jarrell. He's on a long-term contract. So I get asked sometimes, you know, Doxy, when a player's handed in a transfer request, what can I do? Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot you can do. When a player hands in a transfer request, you can't take him off the transfer list and you can't negotiate a contract. Now, if you want to be a bit strategist, if you will, what you can do, if you'd like to play the game this way, what a save, Trafford, is you can release him from his contract on the final day of the season and then sign him on a free transfer for the new season, if you want to do that. I've never done it myself, but that's one way you can get around it. So yeah, when a player hands in a transfer request, you can do that if you'd like, release him on a free transfer at the end of the season and sign him again on a free transfer for the next season, or you can just keep him against your will. If you're on a long-term contract, you can't take him on the transfer list, but you're not forced to sell him. And sorry, I just remembered, it's not the third time it's happened this season, it's the fourth, isn't it? Because Kobe Mainu is on the transfer list too. Kobe's also on the transfer list right now due to an apparent lack of game time. So it's 4 times in the same season a player has handed in a transfer request, and for at least 2 of them, I'd say it's completely undeserved, if not 3 of the 4 as well. Ramos denied by an excellent save by James Trafford, and it's still 1-0. Can we cling on here? Rice coming forward for Brighton, and his pass cut out by Bellingham, but Brighton get it back, and right now I'm just trying to cling on. We've not kept a clean sheet in I don't know how many games. And it's not going to happen in this one either. Gonzalo Ramos beats his man, beats Trafford 1-1. The defending is just a nightmare. And that was on the cards as well. I was lucky to not have conceded until I did. I can score a lot of goals, but I just can't defend. I would like to complete this rebuild with Manchester United and win them their first Premier League title in the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I have to say, I don't think it's going to happen. And part of the reason why... Oh, Sanchez. It's because we won't have this guy. Well, we might do. But he won't be happy to be staying here. According to the transfer request, 2-1. Well, once again, we made incredibly hard work of it, but for the first time in a long time, Manchester United win a Premier League game at Old Trafford and win back-to-back in all competitions as well. Has the ship been steadied, or is this just a flash in the pan? Well, deadline day is here, and we have had some big bids for Sanchez as well. Arsenal want to take Sancho to the Emirates, but of course we're going to turn that one down. He'll be the next to hand in a transfer request, I'm sure. But as for Oyan, it's Nottingham Forest with an absolutely massive bid. Don't know how they got all that money. And PSG, which to be fair, I would say right now would seem quite realistic, but I've made my mind up. He can go in the summer, but he's not going on deadline day. And I don't think I'm going to make a signing either. I'm going to stick with the squad I've got for the rest of the season. Just had 2 bids from Brighton and Manchester City for Oyan as well. But again, I'm going to turn them both down. I might not be able to block the offers because he's requested a transfer. I might not be able to give him a new contract. But listen, he's already on a good contract right now, so I don't care. So he's got 3.5 years. Sorry, Oyan, but you made your bed alongside your agent. You got an issue? Don't take it up with me. Take it up with them. 7 hours to go. I'm not making any moves, man. I'm keeping the squad as it is and trusting it will be good enough to drag ourselves back into the race of the top 4 and go far in both the FA Cup and Europe as well. I'm keeping the band together. In fact, I might make one signing. We've got Tobias currently down with the injury. Sometimes I slide Anderson into the middle of the park as well. And I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of Aaron Hickey, to be honest. So I might bring in a right back that can also operate in different positions as well. Thiago Santos would be a great fit, but I'm not sure Leeds would sell him to a rival like ours. But he's gone to USG in Belgium in the save. It's the young Chelsea lad who's been out on loan with Sheffield United. He's since moved to Belgium, but as we know, this guy can play right back and centre back as well. That is, of course, Alfie Gilchrist. Just to come in and out to much needed squad depth, I'll make this my final signing of the window just for a bit of cover. And I wonder if I can be a bit cheeky and give them Tobias on the injury list right now. I don't know if I'm allowed to do. Oh, I can do that actually, because presumably he'd fail his medical there. But of course, this is career mode, so yeah, why not, right? So I'll give them Tobias, but let's say 12 mil. He's injured right now, so he's no good to me. And Gilchrist, of course, might be a year older, but he is a few ratings higher. And that, again, why would... right, okay, so I literally 2 weeks ago just signed him. Why would I swap him to USG in Belgium? What? Hang on, why am I trying to justify the crazy transfer market in career mode? Haven't we learned our lesson by now? 27 mil, Gilchrist is coming in. Yep, if we want to claw ourselves back into the race for a top 4 place, go far in our defence of the FA Cup, and hopefully reach the latter rounds of the Champions League, we need a bit more squad depth, versatility, and a player that also knows his role as a rotational player, and hypothetically shouldn't request stage transfers. Coming in on a 5-year, 75 grand a week deal. Really decent young talent returning back to English football. Welcome to Old Trafford, Alfie Gilchrist. Yeah, I don't think he'll play that much, but again, you look at the stats here, still getting better at 25 years old. And the ideal thing about this guy, decent stamina, but great defensive stats, meaning that, again, with at the moment a bit of a light CB area for us with 3 centre-backs, we can play him at centre-back or keep him at right-back, and he'll be equally adept in both roles. Good little signing. And I was just had another bid for Sanchez, this time from Arsenal. We'll turn that down. Sancho, wanted by Chelsea, and Trafford now wanted by the Serie A champions in real life, Napoli. We'll turn them all down, and that will do it for transfer deadline day. So the top deals were, wow, Leicester continues to look good in my absence. They've signed Ben Seguir from now Inter Milan for 83.4 mil. Jonathan Tah joins Milan, and Fabio Silva finally leaves Wolves for RB Leipzig for 45.9 mil. Sanchez stays as planned. He'll probably go in the summer, but for now, hopefully, he'll guide us to the 5th round of the FA Cup in our following game and our final one today. Let's end on this chaotic episode today. Absolutely crazy, a little ludicrous, but hopefully ending on positive terms with 3 straight wins in all 3 competitions and progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Brighton at home, our final game today. There's a reason why I still upload daily to YouTube and spend so much of my time making sure that I can remain quite consistent, and it's because of the fact that I absolutely love it. Like I love making videos so much. And there's a Drake lyric which I always find quite relatable for me, which is the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it, because YouTube does not pay me enough to do it full time anymore. So I work a full-time job now, but YouTube, I still do it every single day because I absolutely love making videos. It's my passion project. It's what I look forward to doing. It's my creative muse, if you will. And it's something which brings me great pleasure when my life is otherwise quite bleak, especially as it has been over the past month or so after my dad's passing. So I love it. I love it. And I've always said I'll stop doing it when I stop having fun with it. And I still have so much enjoyment making videos, but it's moments like we've seen today where I start to think, oh man, after all these years, I don't know how much longer I've got left in me, because these things frustrate me so much and they kind of ruin the projects you're doing at the same time, you know? But I don't know. I have to say, I have played every single FIFA/FC since '99, and I'll be totally honest here, I think this is the worst I've ever played. It's of course completely subjective. It's completely subjective. Everyone will give a different answer to their best and worst FIFA/FCs of all time. But to me, I think this FC 25 out of every single version of franchise I've played, is the worst I've ever played. It really is that bad. I play some bad versions, don't get me wrong. We all have. But I would say to me this is the worst. I would say this is the worst one. There's been some candidates over the years, don't get me wrong, but this to me takes the cake. This to me is, this is the worst. This is definitely the worst one for me. Yep, hashtag FundDocks. A budget to buy a PC so we can play Football Manager and enjoy making YouTube videos again. That's a long old hashtag, but you know what I'm saying. It's to me, I think that's what I need to enjoy making videos again, man. Seriously. FC for me, I love my Plymouth Argyle save. That took a long time to get good, but it shows you, to me, it's not about just winning. I don't just enjoy, winning and being good at the game. I enjoy the fun of the game. But that's the only career mode I've done this year that I've really enjoyed. And that says a lot, man, seriously. Like, when it's like 1 or 2 saves a year that I don't enjoy, that's to be expected. When you do so many seasons and so many saves, that's to be expected. You can't enjoy them all. But when it's basically almost every single one, that's when you know it's probably not the saves, it's probably the game. Oh, come on, come on, come on. These things just happen, man. These things just happen. I think we said it earlier, didn't we? When it rains, it pours. It's just a saying that it's completely true. When things are happening like this, moments like that are going to happen as well. It's what it is. Oh, typical. And we've talked about this phenomenon before. When you're at the bottom, it's harder to get out of it, as opposed to when you're at the top, harder to keep it. It's easier to keep things going when you're on a roll. When you're not on a roll, it's near impossible. Well, I promised to see out the season, and I don't think I've ever ended a save midway through a season, so I'm not going to let that happen in this one either. I'll see out the season, guys, but yeah, we're probably going to end the season trophyless. In fact, we will end the season trophyless now we lost this, and I think that's it for this project, to be honest. I mean, unless I can recapture some enjoyment in the rest of the season, then I'll keep going, but otherwise, yeah, this might be my last career mode for a while, because this is just not fun for me anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I feel sorry for saying this, but it's the worst FC I've ever played, genuinely. Yeah, I never have I played a game this bad before. I mean, there's been some contenders, but this one takes the cake. Have a great day, guys. I'm sorry for today, but yeah, like I said, the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it, and I'm definitely not having fun right now. Much love. I'll see you for the next episode very soon.